Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. So, what do you want to talk about? Oh, I know what we don't have to talk about, and that's Monday Night Raw. Because if you saw last week's show, and the week before that, 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 you've already seen this episode. What is this, Groundhog Day? Did we turn on some reruns? Holy shit. They're not even trying anymore. It's literally, let's get to SummerSlam. Let's get to SummerSlam. No development whatsoever. Nothing. Actually, that's not true. We did get a development, but not the good kind. Here's your development. Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch have been bumped from SummerSlam. Bumped. As in removed. It was originally supposed to be scheduled tonight. But what ended up happening is looking like, and based off of what happened and that ring, they tore each other up. It's getting pushed up to Winnipeg in 2 weeks. And I did talk to Sean Ross Sapp about this, and he might report more about this later on this week, but I think he's waiting on more details. Something personal is going on with one of the women. He won't tell me which one, but something happened, and whatever it is, whatever's going on, they can't be there at SummerSlam. I know, right? Of all times, of all places to not be there, SummerSlam? Now, any other pay-per-view, go for it. Even Money in the Bank, I would have been like, yeah, okay. But SummerSlam? That means whatever is going on with whoever it is, Becky or Trish, it must be really personal. Because I was thinking, who got hurt? I saw them out there busting their asses. It didn't look like either one of them was hurt, which was confusing to me. I was like, I know you didn't just bump them off because you're trying to save time. I hope that wasn't the case. Well, we had Ronda Rousey, Shayna, and then the triple threat, so we didn't have enough time for the women. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You don't bump Becky and Trish off SummerSlam. Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus. So whatever is going on with them, it has to be really serious, because there is no reason to take that match off SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley is also not on the card. We were thinking Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez was going to end up fighting Rhea Ripley for the championship at SummerSlam. And no, they said, we'll do that match when you're cleared. Cleared. Okay, so no Rhea Ripley, no Trish Stratus, no Liv Morgan, no Becky Lynch. Huh. Oh. Alrighty then. That's certainly a choice. We'll have to wait and see what the update is when it comes to Becky and Trish. But again, I can't give you full details yet. Sean's waiting for more information to come up before we talk about what exactly got them bumped off. But outside of that development, it's literally the same show you've been watching. Cody Rhodes got paid to show up and get his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar. Again. Just like it happened 2 weeks ago. Just like it happened the weeks before that. And the weeks before that. And the week before that. And the weeks before. For 4 months! For 4 months! Cody Rhodes has been getting paid to get his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar for 4 stinking months. Why? It's the same people in the same spots. Judgment Day was once again all over this show in the main event against Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. And it would probably been Kevin Owens if Kevin Owens wasn't hurt. But guess what? Kevin got hurt. He didn't even show up tonight. So he really is. He really is like resting. Again, Matt Riddle is somehow involved with Ludwig Kaiser and freaking Imperium and Gunther. Took on Chad Gable, which was an actually really good match. Really good match. The 5-minute portion of it I thought was entertaining. I thought it was kind of weird that you would do a 5-minute match, but then just quickly go into another match. Kind of weird, but you know what? I liked it because you at least gave Chad Gable some love, some spotlight, which is great. And with the way things are setting up, I'm thinking Chad Gable might be the one to dethrone. He should be the one to dethrone Gunther if it's not going to be Sheamus. Maxxine Dupri took on Valhalla. Side. It wasn't going to be a Bret Hart classic, but still, it wasn't all that great either. I have no idea what they're doing with Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke, and Bronson Reed. That's just a thing that no one asked for. Thank you for the donation. I needed that. Jesus Christ.
Imagine WWE programming with AEW's schedule. Nope.
Nope. My goodness, man. I don't know what else to tell y'all. I just think this shit is garbage. I think it's so bad. Omar, I see you donated the same thing twice. Yeah, man. It happens like that sometimes. I apologize if the super chats give y'all a hard time. I've been noticing that. But hopefully things will be okay. It should be okay. Yeah, I think he's good. But yeah, I'm literally just sitting here just like, what did they do in the creative meeting? Did they just, like, it's weird because Triple H, when he was running Raw, oh, he's still running Raw. No, he's not. Stop it. Stop saying Triple H is running Raw. He's not running shit. He's only in charge in terms of name. Vince McMahon, probably Bruce Pritchard too, but Vince McMahon is in full control of these shows. He really is. And you cannot sit there and tell me that if Triple H was 1,000% in control, that these shows would all feel the exact same. They all feel the exact same. They're boring and lifeless. They don't have any purpose. You get no development. They don't advance any kind of story. It's just the same shit. And then people are going to come up here and be like, well, that storyline. No, it's not. It's not a storyline. It's not storytelling. It's a rerun. It's an episode with no worth, with no value whatsoever. You'll get your moments of advancement, but for the most part, these shows are awful, man. These shows are awful. And then you wonder why I'm just like, y'all, I can't do this after SummerSlam. Like, quite frankly, I thought about doing these watch-alongs. I don't know if I want to do that. I might not even watch Raw. I would rather just watch the clips and just recap it. Like, I would rather go back to just recap shows for WWE. Just recap what happened. I don't want to watch it and then review it. I'd rather just, all right, what happened this week? All right, cool, let me go back and watch it. All right, let's talk about that. You know, I think AEW is about to really get things cooking in terms of the fall season going into the winter and then into next year. Because they got these really, really strong 2 pay-per-views coming up, All In, All Out, and then Arthur Ashe, and then Full Gear. It feels like things are about to pick up with AEW, and I want to invest my time there. Plus, most of the people who watch me, when it comes to what supports the channel, in terms of donations, in terms of people watching and checking me out, the shorts, it's all AEW content. It's all AEW content. You know, a lot of people are asking, will the views suffer? Probably. But I'll be a lot happier talking about AEW than talking about this garbage. Because this shit is garbage. It's garbage. And you know it's garbage. I don't need to tell you that it's garbage. And it's going to get worse. You want to know why it's going to get worse? You ready? SummerSlam is about to be over. So SummerSlam season is about to end, which means we're about to get to the low period. We're about to enter a low period for WWE. So y'all can sit here all day and go, well, they're selling out shows. Everything is hot. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Uh-huh. And like I said, I give it a couple months and they're not going to be selling out no shows. But despite Raw being a fucking awful, just dreadful piece of work to watch weekly, which I don't recommend unless you're doing what I do for a living, I just feel like everything they're doing with Cody Rhodes, everything they're doing with a lot of people, and I was sitting on that super chat screen for a long time. That's how you know I was just sick of it. I might as well just play the rest of the super chats.
Imagine WWE programming with AEW's schedule. Nope.
Yep. Yeah, I just feel like because everything is so fucking bad, that you just gotta appreciate the talent, man. I watch for the talent. I watch for Cody. I watch for Seth. I watch for Rhea. I watch for Dominic. I watch Dirty Dog.
Good thing you didn't attend live tonight, man. SMH.
We were in Houston. Live here in Houston. And Houston was loud for the stuff that mattered. For the stuff that mattered. Not for anything else, though. I don't know about y'all, but that show was... Yeah, that's what it was. It was... booty cheeks.
But Alyx, Triple H is running away from Vince.
Ain't that the truth? So ultimately, if you guys don't mind, I kind of want to get through Raw and just talk about this documentary involving Cody Rhodes, because I thought this documentary with Cody, I'm not even joking you, I believe when it comes to the American Nightmare becoming Cody Rhodes documentary, it might be, and I've seen pretty much almost every single documentary that WWE has put out, this literally might be one of their best. Top 10 for sure. Now, they've done a good, 27, 30, probably even more than that. They've done a lot of documentaries going all the way back to, 2000s. It's been a while. They've done a lot. Maybe if you do like one a year, even. But yeah, it's a lot of documentaries. This is up there in the top 10. This was beautiful. This was well done. This was a great way to encapsulate Cody's career. Beautifully told his story from his debut in 2006. I almost said 2007, but 2006 all the way to now. And guess what? This is going to shock you. They did mention AEW. They straight up mentioned AEW. They didn't show his career in AEW because I don't think you can do that because AEW owns the footage. But they did talk about him going to AEW. They said All Elite Wrestling. They said that. And then they just skipped all that and went to him leaving AEW. And then Cody revealed that he left because of a personal issue. One of these days, we gonna find out why he really left. Because that's a very vague reason. Because if it's not for the money, and it wasn't for certain talent, it's a personal issue. I want to know what that personal issue is. Now, I'm not saying that he has a grudge or is holding a grudge against the Young Bucks and Kenny. Apparently, they're still talking. They're still friends. Interesting. But I'm always going to be harping on that. I want to know what that was. We probably will never know. But damn, what could have happened for Tony and everyone involved to let Cody, of all people, slip through their fingers? Of all talent, I would have personally fought for. I would have rolled over Cody's contract for a year. If I'm being completely honest with you, I would have rolled that shit over. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if he wanted to leave. But Cody's contract had expired. They weren't negotiating with him. And so when his contract expired, Vince flew to his house. That's crazy. Like, immediately, when Cody's contract had expired and they knew about it, Vince was on him. That's insane. That whole situation is just, still to this day, I am surprised it was even a thing. 2022 was a year of a ton of questionable decisions by AEW and Tony Khan. Just a multitude of them. They're making up for it in 2023. 2023 so far has been a great year for AEW. Has it been perfect? No. But for the most part, pay-per-views have been fucking phenomenal. And then we're going to get All In very soon, which is going to be their biggest show ever. Probably one of the biggest wrestling shows in history. It will be. And then you still got All Out, and then Arthur Ashe and Full Gear, and a ton of other things to come this season. So I'm excited for AEW. But Cody Rhodes, when you really think about it and you look back through his career and you see this documentary, which the way they portray him is so fucking wonderful. Yeah, it perfectly screams WWE lifer. It screams WWE forever. It does scream that he is meant to be in WWE for literally the rest of his life. And props to him, man. You can shit on the weekly television show, because I do. You gotta give the WWE documentary department, the people who do the vignettes, the special effects, the GFX, the people in charge of that department are some of the best in entertainment. Not just in wrestling, but entertainment, period. They do an excellent job capturing the livelihoods and the stories of these wrestlers better than the people who work the weekly shows do. I came out of this, and I'm genuinely saying this from the bottom of my heart. I came out of this documentary saying, and hopefully this will reflect my predictions. We are doing preview predictions this week, on Thursday, by the way. I'll be setting that up after the stream. I'm hoping this will reflect, I think WWE is about to go all in. No pun intended. All in with Cody Rhodes as their next top guy. After seeing that documentary, I now know, yeah, they're about to make him the next John Cena. I mean, we kind of already figured, but we didn't. It wasn't, like, super obvious. You know what I mean? Like, even around WrestleMania, I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if Cody's going to be Roman. And people will argue he should have. But I didn't know. With the way things are set up, and me predicting Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes this Thursday, also tomorrow for A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. I'll be doing 2 previews this week. I'll be doing one on A&B Combos channel, and then one more on this channel with a special guest. We'll announce him at the end of the stream. I'm thinking Cody Rhodes is about to be the next top guy. The predecessor to Roman Reigns. It's not even about if at this point. I'm getting the feeling that it's a win. And I don't know how we're going to get Cody to WrestleMania. I don't even think we should wait that long. If it was up to me, when did Roman win those belts? Payback, right? We do it at Payback. But we probably won't. They're going to push this shit off to WrestleMania. I'm just like, what do you do in the interim? You still got all this time. Well, I recommend y'all watch the documentary if you have not. We're going to do a full recap of it in this stream here. But let's go ahead and pay these bills. Get to the preliminary stuff. Do the sponsorship. Do the shout outs. I'm going to quickly recap Raw. And then we're going to spend most of the time focusing on the documentary. And we'll talk about some things that even I didn't know about Cody. I didn't know. I knew he did amateur wrestling. I didn't know he was a state champion. What the hell? I did not know he was a state champion. But yeah, let's go ahead and get things started. If this is the first time you're watching me, first off, thank you for showing up. You could have been anywhere else. You could be watching JD from NY. You could be watching Solid Monster. You could be falling off this table here on the floor, realizing that you turned on me by accident. But now you're here, bitch. I got you. Thank you for your viewership. Nah, you could be watching literally anyone else, but you chose me, and I'm grateful. Since you're here, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. I need to do like one of those them little bumpers. You know how slime in the ice machine. Bam, bam. Slime in the ice machine. Gonna slime in the ice. Is it slide in the ice machine or slime in the ice machine? Whatever. That little bumper. Marvin Sandler, Eyewitness News. Whoever remembers that guy. I just took you guys back. I took you guys back in time. Some of y'all just went, oh my God, nostalgia. Bruh, television was different back then, man. Television was different. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the advertisements. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alex Mitchell. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on TikTok, give me a follow on Threads, give me a follow on Cameo. God, I have so many apps. But especially on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live in the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school The Last Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. My America, the remix. T-shirt made by Ishchinox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. And today's sponsor is Audible. If you're ever in need of a free Audible trial, something that you can test out in case you're thinking about using Audible, I can get you that today. All you gotta do is sign up using the promo code JustAlex, and that can get you a free month of Audible. And whatever books you decide to get during that time is yours to keep. So how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor, and then of course we'll get to some shout outs. Today's video is sponsored by Audible. Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks. They have over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, including books written by wrestling legends like Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, Bryan Danielson, Drew McIntyre, and Jim Ross. Today, if you visit www.audibletrial.com, just Alex, you can get one free audiobook of your choosing. Audible is the best place for audiobooks, and I cannot recommend it enough. In my time, I've listened to Chris Jericho's The Best in the World and Bryan Danielson's Yes books, both narrated by them personally. And here's the best part. Even if your membership wears out or you just aren't satisfied with the product, you can cancel your free trial at any time, and your audiobooks are yours to keep. So again, go to audibletrial.com, just Alex, and begin your journey today. All right, thank you guys for being here. You already know what we do here. You know how this works. We've done this routine 10,000 times. So you already know what's about to happen. First off, hit the like button. Why? Because the more you like the videos, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Also, show some love to the moderators. Ultra Shine 97 Firestar Heart, Advertised, Demi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything, and Big MGM. because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I see some super chats. Oh wait, never mind. Those are the super chats I already read. I'm tired, y'all. This show got me wrecked for a loop. But super chats are on, so go ahead and get your donations in. Now, usually I would go to the top and start doing shout outs, but here's what we gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pause. I want you to look to your left and look to your right and then look up. And I want you to thank God that this stream was blessed with the appearance of the reaction channel here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stream, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Party! Celebrate good times, come on. A&B Combos interacting with the live chat. And the reason I'm introducing them first is because tomorrow night on their channel, we, as in me, A&B, will be doing a SummerSlam prediction. I'm doing 2 of them. That's right. I'm doing one on their channel, and I'm doing another one on my channel. So you'll get to get my predictions early if you go to their channel. So once again, if that's something you're interested in, I implore you all to already go over there and subscribe. Not just to see me, but to see the premier reaction channel for professional wrestling today. Boy! A&B Combos. And feel the power! Big E, bro. Big E. I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, YouTubers! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world famous A&B Combos and Just Alyx, a safe space for wrestling fans like you, and feel the power! I might do that tomorrow. I might actually do that tomorrow. Alright. Let's get everybody else in here. Thank y'all for being here. We got Dylan Danger. We got, who's this? Prince Skull? Monaco 42. Dane Opung? Day Opung. That's it right? Day Opung? Project Sunti. Christopher Carter, the Cerebral Assassin. Christopher Carter. 805, big boy. 805? Wait, is it 850? 805. It's 850. 850. 850, big boy. Oh, Lord, I'm messing up people's names already. From Browntown, Mr. Robert Brown. We got JJ, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? JJ Bulldog in his house. We got Tokyo Dominus. I think I also see, let me see, let me scroll down a little bit. Crypto Gang. Gang. Crypto Gang. I'm tired. This is how you know I'm tired. I guess that's your tagline. Crypto Gang. Lassalle DeGaulle. Bowler Gamer TV. T.O.B. the Fly Guy. There we go. John Beal II. Now we starting to get some regulars in here. I'm just scrolling now. The Extreme Tate. 824. 824. Lauren Biggs. Miss Lauren Biggs. AJ Hammond. King of Heckle Mundo. Nathaniel Rollins. Mr. Seth Rollins. No Vinnie Mac tonight. You want to know why there's no Vinnie Mac? Because he's recovering from surgery. Fuck that guy. Stay your ass off the streams. Road Punk. Alyx, you promised to make me a catchphrase. Road Punk. What's a good catchphrase? I got one. How about Road Punk? White skate. Hey. Road Punk. Hey. I gotta come out. I don't like that wide skate though. Because that's roll bounce, in case you guys don't know. I'm gonna have to. Let me sit on that for a minute. Let me sit on that. I think we got something though. We got something. Let me play with it. Let me stir it up. Put some seasoning on it. Needs a little bit more seasoning. We gonna get it right. Ashley Greer, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. I saw that. Pee Wee Herman passed away. Man. Oh, man. Not gonna lie, I'm actually starting to miss New Day a little bit. By the way, Mr. Anthony White, thanks for being here. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it. Let's go ahead and get to this review. It's gonna be a short, very short recap for this review here in Texas. Here in Houston, Texas. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Raw was live in my hometown, and I decided not to go. You wanna know why? Because it's booty cheeks. It's booty butt cheeks. It wasn't good. It was boring. And it's boring because it's literally the same show over and over and over. It's starting to run together. Every show, Cody Rhodes is getting his ass handed to him by Brock Lesnar. And then the next week, what happens? He comes out and cuts a promo about, I will fight Brock Lesnar. And then what happens? The next week, Brock shows up and whoops that ass. And then what happens? Cody comes out and says, I will fight Brock Lesnar. And I'm over it. It happened again tonight. But Brock Lesnar came out this time. Houston chanted him, and Brock rolled with it. Brock gave us no explanation whatsoever. None for why he attacked Cody. He just did. And he's all like, Cody, you should come out and shake my hand. Be a man. Cody said, alright, bitch. I'm here. Showed up. Crowd loved him. Gave him the, whoa, adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rhodes. Whoa. Give him all that. And then Cody got in there, shook his hand. And then Brock tried to shoulder check him. And Cody was like, nah, bitch. Brock leaves. Cody goes for a dive. Suicide dive. And Brock made him pay for it. Guess what happened? Option 1. Cody got his ass kicked. Option 2. Cody got his ass kicked. Option 3. Cody got his ass kicked. Option 4. Cody got his ass kicked. Or the mystery box. Oh, you chose the mystery box? Okay, let me see. The mystery box is Cody got his ass kicked. I'm over it. This is a stupid build. This feud has done literally nothing. Nothing for either Cody or Brock. None of them, neither one of them have benefited from this. Just get me to SummerSlam, have Cody pin Brock so we can move on with our lives. We will talk about where I see Cody going after SummerSlam. A and B combos tomorrow and of course on Thursday. I'll reveal who's going to be the guest at the end of the stream, so continue to watch. But that wasn't even the opener. What the hell was the opener? Wasn't that Logan Paul? Oh, that's why I didn't talk about it. Ludwig Kaiser versus Matt Riddle. So this match, okay, fine. We'll talk about Logan Paul. I gotta talk about him tomorrow anyways. Logan Paul opened the show, and his annoying ass face, I wanna punch it. Just, I'm gonna get a picture of his face and put it on one of them little punching bags. God, I would look good. I would get ripped. Matter of fact, that sounds like a good idea. That's what we're gonna do. Anyways, he came out, got a lot of heat. Fans fucking hate him. Who doesn't hate Logan Paul? Just saying. But yeah, that makes him a great heel. He's a great heel because he's a fucking douchebag. Legitimately. He's all like, you're not going to have your viral moment, Ricochet. Not with me. Then Ricochet went out there, got a big pop from Houston because everyone hates Logan Paul. And then Logan Paul did the one thing you should not do. He's all like, hey, Ricochet, I'm going to have your girl put her name in my mouth. Wait. I'm going to have your girl put my name in her mouth. Yeah, I think I said it right that first time. This is the second time, actually. She gonna say my name. Say my name when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. You ain't running. And then Ricochet was like, oh, hell nah. Then they started fighting. It was a little sloppy. They kind of messed up a spot there. But you know what? I think I think it will come together by SummerSlam. SummerSlam, I'm expecting this to actually be a show stealer. And I'll talk about why in the preview tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited for their match. And honestly, like real talk, LaBelle's been pretty solid, consistent too. It hasn't been the greatest thing in the world, but it's been there. But overall, it's a part of a pretty weak build for SummerSlam overall. But yeah, they just essentially started brawling, and then Logan Paul knocked his ass out. Had him on spaghetti legs. And then he went backstage and talked about that's what's going to happen at SummerSlam. I'm going to knock his ass out. Well, Logan, we going to see about that. Because you're not just stepping into the ring with any wrestler. You're stepping into the ring with Ricochet, with Prince Puma, bitch. You better watch yourself. Don't get wrecked. Ludwig Kaiser took on Matt Riddle. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this during the match, but, and I'm not making this up, Matt Riddle, like, for a second, knocked out Ludwig Kaiser. He just knocked him out. Now, I think what happened was they were getting into a scuffle, and Ludwig might have been a little too stiff, because he was working pretty snug. Some snugness in this match. And I think Matt Riddle tried to give him a receipt, and then he went too far and knocked his ass out. Like, legitimately knocked him out. I'm not making that up. And he was out for like a good few seconds. And then he was like, all right, come on, you good? All right, come on. But honestly, it made the match that much more special. Ludwig Kaiser won clean. He beat Matt Riddle clean. Frizzle? And I'm sitting here going, where's Drew McIntyre? Where's Drew McIntyre? Where's Drew McIntyre? He didn't show up. Okay, that was a choice. No Drew McIntyre in Houston? Nah, bruh. You can't do that. Maxxine Dupri took on Valhalla. Look, Maxxine and thank you, Alpha Academy. It's been gold. Love the pairing. It actually works. I don't think of her as like a singles competitor though. Like this was one of those cases where I went, and that's why Maxxine, you are a valet. That's why you are a valet. I love the story of her learning how to wrestle because it's something. First off, it gets over Chad Gable, but it's also something new. You know, that's something we don't see a lot. It's a coming of age story, and I think that's really cool. But seeing her wrestle against Sarah Logan, I'm not going to call her Valhalla. I'm just not, because that's such a stupid name. And I don't like the gimmick. The gimmick's dumb. It feels like she's acting, and she's not very good at it. How about that? But yeah, she was in there with Sarah Logan, and it was sloppy. It did not click. But I didn't expect it to click. I didn't expect it to be a masterpiece. It was what it was. Maxxine Dupri does beat her clean, somewhat. You had some interference in there, but it was on the side for Valhalla. Maxxine beats Valhalla, despite some minor interference, clean. So that's good. Does this mean that she should wrestle more? After seeing this match, I'm good. I'm good. Just be a valet. Keep doing what you're doing with Chad Gable, and just you could take a little less time inside the ring until practice. Continue practicing, of course. Get better, but you don't have to have singles matches right now, because I think you were exposed a little bit tonight. Just a little bit. Was it as bad as Taya Valkyrie and Britt Baker? You decide. Nakamura took on Tommaso Ciampa. What are we doing? Like, seriously, what are they doing? I have no idea what they're doing with Tommaso Ciampa, Nakamura, and Bronson Reed. It just feels like shit's just kind of happening, and they're just working with it. There's no story here. They're just in a thing. It literally is like they're doing something. What that something is, I don't know. What happened to Tommaso Ciampa teasing a reunion with Johnny Gargano and facing Miz and Bronson Reed? Like, that was interesting. That could have actually been a SummerSlam. Should have been a SummerSlam match. But for some reason, they don't want to give Johnny Gargano any TV time. Oh, but maybe Johnny's hurt. Johnny Gargano was on main event. Johnny Gargano was on main event. And he lost to Omos. Did you hear me? I said Johnny Gargano was on main event tonight. And he lost to Omos. Okay. Y'all gonna keep playing games and telling me Vince McMahon's not in charge. Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day came out to hype up their matches for SummerSlam. And then, of all people, Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez. Raquel Rodriguez came out. They're doing this angle where she's working hurt. And I was thinking, like, well, that's going to be their out of SummerSlam where Rhea beats her. And then they give her a rematch when she's healthy or something like that. But no, they don't. That was their way of not booking a match on SummerSlam. She's hurt. He's like, look, you hurt. I'm not going to give you a match at SummerSlam. We'll wait until you're healthy. So, what we thought was going to be a match at SummerSlam, Rhea Ripley and Raquel, ended up not being. So, that match is happening at a later date. Okay. Hey, honestly, we didn't need that match. It would have been nice to have Rhea Ripley on the card. We didn't need that match. We didn't need it. So that one doesn't bother me as much. Is this what we got, Brock and Cody? Why? Brock comes out to a big ovation in Houston because Houston loves Brock Lesnar, as they should. He's amazing. He comes out, he introduces himself and runs through his bona fides. All of his accolades. He says if there's one thing he knows, it's championships. The hype is over, and on Saturday, Cody Rhodes will be paid to get his ass kicked. He says, Cody, you should come out and shake my hands, otherwise I'll see you on Saturday. Cody comes out, adrenaline in my soul, something, Cody Rhodes, whoa! Comes out, big crowd, big ovation. You know what happens, he shakes the hand. Brock tries to shoulder check him, Cody said, nah. And then goes for a suicide dive, and then Brock proceeds to give him the biggest ass whooping since the last big ass whooping in front of his mama. I cannot believe that they fucked this up. Like, to me, this should have been one of the best built feuds of the entire year. When you see Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar on paper, you're thinking, oh, hell yeah. I should be waiting on bated breath for this match. I'm ready for it to be over. That is a sign of a feud failing. It sucks. They did nothing with it. We still don't know why Brock attacked Cody. Well, who says he needs a reason? That's what the story is. That's what the story is. It needs a premise. God. We're almost done. SummerSlam cannot get here any fast enough. And then we got one more week. And then I'm going to a recap show. Because shit sucks. What didn't suck? What was probably the best part of the show was Gunther! Nah. Taking on Chad Gable. 5-minute challenge. No title on the line. And he says, you can't last 5 minutes with me. And Gable's like, sure, I'll do it, but your friends can't come out. And so Gable went out there to fight Gunther. They were fighting, they were wrestling, and Gable was doing some very impressive stuff. He looked good, doing them Germans and shit. And then he lasted 5 minutes, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, so are we gonna give Gable a win over Gunther? That's new. But then Gunther said, nah. Restart the match. And they just restarted the match. And so it was like, so wait, what? You just gonna restart the match? So it's actually just one match altogether. I would have let Gable have this, man. Whatever. But they go on to have a great match following it, because it was still a great match. We're going to beat him with the powerbomb, of course. But, man, I saw that match and went... I would have liked, and this is something I thought about too, what would have happened if Drew McIntyre came out during this match and helped Gable get the 5 minutes in? I think that would have said a lot. That would have been something good. I would have liked to have seen that. And you could have protected Gunther with that, and also Gable get the 5 minutes, and that's something that puts him over. And you could have set up an IC title match with him and Gunther down the road. Here you just had him beat Gunther. You had Gunther just beat him, so that doesn't really do much for him. I would have had Gable get the 5 minutes, Drew McIntyre come out and help him, and then Gable gets the title shot later on. Because Gable is literally that good. Let me see here. Cody is interviewed by Byron Saxton. He says Brock could break his arm again, his ribs, his jaw, the brutality he's brought to him. At SummerSlam, he brings it to Brock. He's going to shatter the aura of the Beast. Like it's like, again, he's been saying the same shit for 4 months. And then gets his ass kicked. You can just tell I'm ready for this to be over. You know what I'm also ready to be over? Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. I was thinking, you know what? On paper, this was supposed to be an excellent feud on paper. Sometimes on paper it looks good, but then in execution, it's not that great. We're dealing with WWE, so it was never going to be that great. And here's the thing. I think if this was Triple H, not Vince, it would have been fire. But since Vince is now running creative. What we got is what we got. It wasn't the worst feud I've ever seen, but God, it's not good. It's just not. Becky Lynch went out there, got a big pop in Houston, and then she calls out Trish, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna set up a match at SummerSlam. Let's roll this along. And then Adam Pearce came out and said, nope, we doing this shit tonight. Get your ass in that ring. And we all knew it was not going to end well. I was thinking, all right, well, I guess this means it's going to end in a DQ. 5 seconds in, Zoe Stark enters the ring and causes a DQ. I'm like, oh, all right. And then they brawl. Brawl was crazy good. And from the looks of it, they were both okay. So I'm just thinking, all right, this is just hype for SummerSlam. It's just wasting time for SummerSlam, right? They go backstage. I'm like, here comes Adam Pearce to do the rematch for SummerSlam. And then he goes, you'll be having a match with her in 2 weeks at Winnipeg. You'll be having a rematch with her in Winnipeg in 2 weeks. And I go, what about SummerSlam? SummerSlam is literally this Saturday. And like my initial reaction was, are they seriously not going to have Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus at SummerSlam? Who books that? Who decides not to have Becky and Trish at SummerSlam? You already know the reason why. So I already reported this at the beginning of the stream. Sean Ross Sapp and I just talked about it. There's a personal issue happening with one of them. He won't tell me which, because he's waiting on more details before he makes the report. But he has told me and has confirmed that the match was bumped because of a personal issue involving either Trish or Becky. And once that's resolved, they'll do the match. So, I don't know what that personal issue is. We'll find out later on this week. But it has to be something really serious. Because this isn't just some rinky-dink pay-per-view. This is SummerSlam. This is literally right below WrestleMania. Of all matches, of all people not to have on the show. Becky and Trish? Alright. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of sucks. The hype has been bad, but their matches have been good. And so that was kind of a match I was looking forward to. I was like, man, like that's a bum. That's a bummer, man. But all right, it is what it is. What you gonna do? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? And then Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins beat Judgment Day. Because Finn Balor was all like, hey, I don't know about you cashing in. Damian Priest, give me that goddamn briefcase. And then he gave him the briefcase. And then Seth Rollins fucking super kicked that briefcase into his face and broke his nose. What Seth breaking people's noses? Like, it looked like it was broken because it was blood was just pouring down. Probably couldn't breathe. Well, yeah, Seth. Yeah, it is what it is. Seth and Sami win. And that's it. Like, it's literally, if you've seen, again, if you have seen any of the shows over the last month or so, you've seen this episode before. It's a rerun. The very definition of a rerun. So, that is my recap for Raw. I would like to take this time now to talk about Cody Rhodes' documentary, American Nightmare, Becoming Cody Rhodes. I think, and again, I say this as someone that's been watching WWE for 25 years, I've seen pretty much almost all the documentaries. All of them. Every single one. From Mick Foley's Three Faces to the ECW pay-per-view, the big ECW, Rise and Fall of ECW, to the Rise and Fall of WCW, to a lot of things. The Monday Night War one, the three-parter, the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, like the series documentaries. I've seen them all. So, believe me when I tell you, this might be one of the best documentaries they have ever produced. Top 10 for sure. This was beautiful. Oh, they gave Cody the rub. This made Cody feel like the man, or someone that's going to be the man, than anything WWE has done since he came back. Because for a while, one of my biggest issues going into WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, and I don't mind telling you all this, I think I even said this, because I remember doing a preview with A&B Combos about this. I remember saying, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like, all right, it's Cody's moment. You just knew it was going to be Bryan Danielson's moment. You just knew it was going to be CM Punk's moment. You knew, getting into the WrestleManias in the past, like, you knew it was going to be Triple H's moment. You knew it was going to be Brock Lesnar's moment. You knew it was going to be Chris Benoit's moment. You just knew. You knew it was going to be Batista's moment. You didn't have to think about it. It was just going to be their moment. It was going to be John Cena's moment. You just knew. Because they had built themselves up to a point where it was undisputed. They were the guy. They just need the belt to prove it. Right? I didn't get that feeling with Cody. It wasn't until I watched this documentary and they told his entire story properly, from him wrestling and, amateur wrestling, nationals, winning state. He was a fucking pro. Homeboy was legit. Probably could have won an Olympic gold medal. I'm not even joking. He was good. From doing amateur wrestling to going straight into wrestling, OVW, and then of course his debut in 2007, and then they cover all of it, from Legacy to dashing Cody Rhodes. That was the one gimmick, and he's had tons of them. That's the one gimmick that on paper should have flopped, and he made that shit work. I still go back and, whoa, you're only smoking mirrors. Whoa, you're only smoking mirrors to me. That theme song was hot. That gimmick was good. That was a good gimmick. It really was a good gimmick. Then, of course, we got Grotesque, where he had his face broken by Rey Mysterio, so he was a mentally broken psychopath, American Psycho type of gimmick, which I thought was beautifully done. And then that led into Cody reimagining himself as the IC champ and bringing in the IC championship. Like, all of this, when you recap all the shit that he's done, oh my God. Everything is like, yo, like, will you really just take a look at his career? 2012, honestly, they could have given him a world title match. He could have won the world title. I would have bought it. Real talk. But they didn't do that. They put him in a tag team with Goldust. And that led to him doing Stardust. The documentary does not shy away from how much Cody hated Stardust. Oh, there was a part in the documentary where Cody said he would have, I think it was one of his canisters, whatever he was using to drink, and he would mix whatever drink he had with whiskey, and he would drink it after every match. He hated that gimmick so much. He hated it. But he was never going to half-ass it. He was always going to put his all into it, whether he hated it, whether he liked it or not. And that's the professional that Cody is. The problem with WWE now, especially back then, once you get locked into a role, a mid-carder, a main eventer, or shit, whatever. Once you get locked into a certain role, heel, babyface, they tend to keep you there. And so he stayed Stardust. Oh my God, for what? Almost 2 years? Man. 2 years with that gimmick? Nah. Short term, I would understand, but I think what happened was Cody's father passed away. We all know Dusty Rhodes passed away in 2015. So I think it was supposed to be a short-term gimmick. But then when Dusty passed away, Cody chose to stay Stardust because it was helping him get past it, because that was rough. You know, he was living through a very hard time, and so living through a different gimmick helped him to grieve during that time. And then 2016 came around, and Cody was over it. He was done. And they told him that, nah, we're not going to do anything else. You Stardust. And Cody's like, I don't want to be Stardust no more. I don't want to be Stardust no more. And then they said, well, that's too goddamn bad. And Cody said, okay, that's too goddamn bad for you. I'm out. I quit. Because I'm not putting that on anymore. He requested his release. And then he left. They didn't hide from that. I appreciate the transparency. The amount of transparency in this documentary. I was getting kind of worried there was going to be revisionist history here. Nah. Told it exactly like it was. Told it exactly like it was. They talked about how when Cody was in WWE, he was always looked at as Dusty's son. You're Dusty's kid. You are Dusty Rhodes' kid. You will never be anything else. And I thought that was interesting because that's what Dustin went through. That's exactly what Dustin went through. This is Dusty Rhodes. He is literally one of the greatest of all time. For his time, he was super popular. Y'all, Dusty was up there with Hogan, Superstar Billy Graham, Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair. He was in that same echelon. Dusty Rhodes came to town. Oh. And then, look here. If you guys don't know about Dusty Rhodes, I implore you, I encourage you to go back and watch one of his matches from the 80s. Just one. I don't care which one. Go back and watch how captivating he is. He is a joy. He is a fun watch. He's always shucking and driving. Always had that bionic elbow. And then the way the wrestlers would sell it. Dusty was a good wrestler, man. He was fun. Dusty Rhodes was... Man, I miss Dusty. But yeah, like Dustin went through the exact same thing. That's why he did Goldust. Goldust was a great way to help people separate him. And that was the best decision he could have made. Dustin going Goldust saved his career. It literally saved his career. Because the natural Dustin Rhodes, you're like, dude, I can't live in your shadow, father. I can't. Cody was going through the same thing. So him leaving was the right choice. Him doing the indie circuit, which was a great idea, by the way. And he talked about the reason why he decided that it was time to go was NXT. He talked about how all of these independent wrestlers coming in and his father was training them. Dusty was training Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Velveteen Dream, Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky. They were getting all this time with him, and Cody was stuck as Stardust. I know that ate him up. So I'm sure when he left, he was like, thank God I'm back to being me. And he had a very strong, the indie circuit for him was dope. He was working in NWA, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, all of it. New Japan Pro Wrestling, he was working all of it. And they let him do it. And then All In happened. And I love that the documentary showed footage of him and the Young Bucks. Again, I am surprised at the transparency. They showed footage of him and the Young Bucks. Yeah. Talked about All In, selling out All In. They followed his career. They was following him. And then, the biggest shocker, they talked about AEW. They literally said Cody helped start a second promotion, All Elite Wrestling AEW. Wow. Wow. Look here. They didn't talk about what he did in AEW. I don't think they probably can, but then you get into some legal issues and copyright. And I'm going to let that go. That's fine. I know what happened with him in AEW, so do you. So you're good. If you want an AEW documentary of Cody Rhodes, you're going to have to get that later. But I was blown away when they mentioned AEW. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I guess we can say AEW. But they didn't really talk about what he did. What they did was they skipped to 2022 where his contract was up. And then they talked about Vince McMahon flying to his house. Let me talk about something, because Cody Rhodes does talk about why he left AEW. And see, this is the part where fans need to understand Cody Rhodes, as humble, as kind, as cool, down-to-earth, laid-back as he is an excellent athlete. He is a student of the game. He loves this business in and out, through and through. He's a great teacher. He has a great mindset, a great mind for storytelling, for in-ring action. This guy, he really is one of the best today. But he's got an ego. Oh, everybody has an ego. Yeah. All the top greats. All of them. Austin, Rock, Taker, Ric Flair, Shawn especially, Triple H especially, Bret Hart especially, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, Mick Foley, Edge. They all have ego. All of them have egos. You have to have an ego if you're going to be on top in the business. You have to have an ego. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So, Cody having an ego is not what bothers me. It's the size of his ego. Cody's ego is big enough to have its own universe. We call it the Codyverse. So you have to understand, like, there are certain things that when he's talking, you just kind of have to know that he's trying to work you. He does that a lot. And so when he was doing the whole, I don't want this edited out. There are people online that talked about, I left AEW for the money and certain talent. Nah, I left because I had a personal issue. And that's it. But in leaving, it opened up the opportunity for me to go to WWE. So, what this is Cody pretending to give you a scoop. Like, oh, I'm about to break ground with this. Here's what happened. I had a personal issue. I know, right? You're like, okay, what was the personal issue? No, I just had a personal issue. Okay? You guys will get used to the Codyverse very soon. Trust me. I told y'all, look, Cody is a big babyface right now. When he wins that title, it's only a matter of time. Fans will boo Cody. Because you're gonna get the full blast of the Codyverse when he's champ. I won't even give it months. I'll probably give it weeks. Fans are gonna turn on him. Because that's just who Cody is. Like, the AEW audience turned on Cody. And they loved him too. He will do that. The big one. Here's the big one. This is like the big indicator of the Codyverse, because he talked about this not in the documentary, but before it, how his last run in AEW when he was choosing not to turn heel because he loved you guys, that was him being a heel, because you guys wanted him to turn heel. So to not turn heel, to be a heel, he chose not to turn heel. Like that's Cody for you. That's the Codyverse. He's never gonna be honest, like truly honest about why he left AEW. It's like when he was wrestling Seth Rollins with the torn pec, getting into the torn pec, you know, he was telling everybody that, oh, I'm good. Honestly, I'm good. Like, you can't damage this anymore. And throughout that entire thing, you're just like, my dude, we know that you are hurting. You are literally walking around with torn muscular tissue. And your body is screaming, fix me, bitch! We see you. You are in pain. He's like, nah, I'm good. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm like, my God, dude, like. And luckily, he did admit in the documentary, like, look, I am in the worst pain of my fucking life. I am constantly in pain, but goddamn, I'm so happy I'm getting surgery. Look, man, I still to this day, I can't even go back and watch. I have not rewatched that Hell in a Cell match. I just cannot. I won't. That is one of the few matches that I have ever just chosen not to go back and watch. Heroes of Wrestling is a pay-per-view that I will never watch ever again. I watched it once. I'm never watching it again. Cody and Seth, that's a match that I will just never, ever go back and watch. I'm constantly reminded of it. It's definitely a memorable match. It's a memorable moment in his career that showed this intestinal fortitude. But I still think that was dumb. What are you doing? Well, it couldn't have gotten worse. He could have hurt someone else. Could have hurt himself more. Nah, I ain't gonna give him credit for wrestling injured. But whatever, he got a lot of respect for it. Got the surgery, went away, came back at Rumble, won the Rumble at 30, and then they ended it with him losing at WrestleMania. And I love that they did that. I love that they ended it with him losing at WrestleMania. As if to do like a, hey, the story will continue. There will be a part 2. And for me, because the story is continuing, there should be a part 2. And I think there will be a part 2. And I think the part 2 will come out after he wins the belt at SummerSlam. He should win the belt at SummerSlam. After he wins the belt at WrestleMania. And I think that's going to be a huge, huge deal. This documentary was so well done. And this is how I know it was a good documentary. I went in already kind of feeling like, you know what? Cody is starting to get to that point. He's starting to get to that point where I'm like, yeah, he's the guy. And I came out 1,000% just without question, without any doubt going, he's next. He's next in line. And I think when he beats Brock Lesnar, that's not even a spoiler. I think we all know that's going to happen. When he beats Brock Lesnar, that will be the moment where we all go, it's time. And that was my ultimate problem, because this documentary was able to really flesh out his career and bring us to a point, tell his story in the right way, where even I'm just like, he's there now. Yeah, that's it. And that's what it is. When you are trying to make someone your guy, the top champ, it needs to get to the point where you have no doubt in your mind. You just know. You don't have to ask, is he ready? I don't know. You just know. You knew Stone Cold Steve Austin was the guy before he even won. Before he even beat Shawn Michaels in 1998. He was the guy. He was a guy long before that. You knew The Rock was the guy in 2000 before he beat Triple H. He was the guy. You knew John Cena was the guy before he beat JBL. You knew Batista was the guy before he beat Triple H. You just knew. You knew. And you were excited to see them. You didn't have to question it. Didn't have to, maybe you won't. Nah, you just knew. And Cody, when he beats Brock Lesnar, I think that will be the moment all of us collectively will go, now it's time to give him that belt. And I think when that happens, that is going to be the real test. Because now WWE is going to have to find a way. Once he beats Brock Lesnar and he gets to that point where we're like, you're the guy now. You're the guy. You're that guy. How are you going to maintain that until WrestleMania? Ugh. Yeah, that's... What is that, 10 months? Oh, God. 8 months? Let me see. So it's August. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 9 months. Never mind, 9 months. 9 months. 8 to 9 months. Because I don't know if it's going to be in March or April. But 8 to 9 months. You got to maintain that. Okay. Good luck. I don't envy anyone who has that task. But they might be able to do it with the right people. So you got to get Cody to Royal Rumble. He has to win Rumble. Then you got to have another extra 3 months to build to his rematch against Roman at WrestleMania. I really wanted it to be SummerSlam. But it is what it is. Man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But at the very least, there will be no doubt. It will be ungoddamn deniable that Cody's going to be your next champ. It's going to get there. It already is, in my opinion. But I think once he beats Brock, that solidifies it. And we'll just have to wait until they give him the belt. Which, hey, you know what? When it happens, and Cody finally wins the world title, the one belt that his daddy didn't win, the WWE Championship, excuse me, which is now unified with the Universal Championship, so whatever. The one belt that his daddy didn't win, that's going to be a big moment. I'm going to be so happy for him. I'm so happy that Cody's going to get to have his run. It's not even a matter of if, it's when now. It's just when. He's there. He's there. And although the Codyverse will eventually emerge, not too long after that, we'll have a honeymoon. There'll be a honeymoon period for like a couple of months. Fans will still love Cody. Then they'll start to turn on him. And then we'll get the Codyverse. That's going to be interesting too. Because eventually we got to have that heel run with him. And it will happen in WWE. They will turn him heel. Whether Cody likes it or not, he's going to turn heel. See, AEW, Cody had pull. So, if he didn't want to turn heel, they wouldn't do a heel turn. Here in WWE, there is no doubt about it. He will turn heel. They will turn him heel. And guess what? It's going to be amazing. That heel run with the championship is going to be phenomenal. And I can't wait for it. But the moment when he wins it for his dad, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. So, there you go. That's my review of the documentary and review of Raw. I hope you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it. Please watch it. Watch it after this. But those of you who have seen it, let me know how you feel about it down below in the comments. And, of course, in the live chat. Speaking of live chat, I appreciate y'all for being here. There's a lot more people in here besides that one person you see on the screen. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing the whole chat. But what y'all think? What y'all in here talking about? Y'all here talking about okay. Y'all in here still talking about Raw. Why y'all still talking about Raw for? Jesus Christ. No one cares. Raw was boring. Okay, now we're getting into the Cody Rhodes stuff. It's a little bit further down. Let me start with the Raw stuff first. Yes, I know. Rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman. I know that's not something I thought would happen today, but it happened. So rest in peace to him. Maxxine Dupri won her first match. She sure did. Wasn't the prettiest thing to see, although she's very pretty. It happened. The DIY reunion is in limbo. Yep. Because unfortunately, Johnny Wrestling is on main event, losing to Omos. Ah! Vince! Darcy Chatham says that the documentary was a filler episode to finishing the story. Or Raw. Raw was a filler episode to finishing the story. Yeah, sure. Lauren Biggs said, Brock is attacking Cody because Cody has more fireworks than him. You know what? Honestly, that's a better explanation than what we're getting now. Fucking fireworks. And the stipulation is whoever loses can no longer use fireworks. Can no longer have pyro in their entrance. Is it only one female match? No. It had 2 female matches. It's Ronda and Shayna, and then the triple threat from SmackDown. So it's 2. It was gonna be 4. Then they bumped Rhea and Raquel, and then they bumped Becky and Trish. Now, real talk, it would have been the most women's matches on any card when it comes to SummerSlam, if they had done it as it was scheduled. So, that unfortunately is not the case. Yeah, like, the Young Bucks in that documentary, his wife was like, oh, they legit recapping his career. King of Heckle Mundo says, CM Punk is still the best in the world. Shane McMahon. I'm cool with it. Yeah, honestly, like, Punk, he's on some new shit, bro. He's been on fire since he came back. Everything he's done has been great. Did I see the Twisted Metal commercial? I did not. WWE aired a Twisted Metal commercial. Did they show Samoa Joe? Did they show WWE superstar Samoa Joe? Or did they use a different commercial? They know what's up. Do I see them doing an LA Night? Excuse me. Do I see them doing a documentary on the fastest rising superstar in all of wrestling and the megastar himself, with everybody saying LA Night? Yeah. I just answered your question. Yeah. Oh, they're definitely gonna do a documentary on him. They have to. They well, as over as he is, it's coming. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby. Am I gonna go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That does come out this week. Let me think about it. I might. I love Ninja Turtles. Who doesn't like Ninja Turtles? Who needs to be slapped? Who needs to be slapped? We all agree that AEW is secondary. Hey, I caught that shit. I knew that was gonna ruffle some feathers. I was like, oh lord. Triple H calling it a secondary company. Y'all, it's Triple H. He called WCW a secondary company. Of course it... Hey, at least it went from t-shirt company to secondary company. I consider that an accomplishment. He won't be calling it secondary when it sells out all in. But I'll take the compliment. Thank you, sir. Now, I think someone told me about Samoa Joe being in a commercial. There it is. They showed Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth, but didn't mention his name. Hoes. You hoe bags. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go, 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 go. Ninja, ninja, rap. Ninja, ninja, rap. Go, 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 go. Yo, it's the Green Machine. Have you ever seen a turtle get down? Are you going to do a documentary on Veers? Like, y'all, seriously, like, when is Veer gonna come? Like, he's been coming for so long, it's hard to imagine him not coming anymore. Like, Veer just can't stop coming. And then when he comes, it only takes him a while to come again. Y'all did that. And no pause. Y'all brought that on yourselves. Lord have mercy. Blame Lauren for that one. Alright, y'all. Let me go ahead and get out of here. So, here's what we'll do. We already know we're doing previews tomorrow. A&B Combos. We're doing another one. And it's time I revealed who's going to be my special guest. The special guest is a guy that's been a supporter of mine probably since the beginning. Me and this guy have been doing YouTube probably around the same time for the same amount. And I still believe he is one of the most underrated, underappreciated content creators when it comes to wrestling. His name is We Are Pro Wrestling. You can call him James. We Are Pro Wrestling. But he is going to be helping me discuss SummerSlam. And the reason why I'm bringing him on here because he is a wrestling historian. He is going to be able to bring some facts to the show that no one else has brought. Also, he's going to be there live. And I am very curious to know what he feels like in terms of hype. I want to get the perspective of someone who's going to be there. Because I think the hype is garbage. But what about someone that's going to be there? What's his excitement level? So, I'm going to give my thoughts and predictions. But for the most part, he's going to be carrying the show. And I already told him that. I'm like, my dude, this is your prediction show. I'm gonna be I'll be the lead commentator, but it's all color. I'm gonna tell you what I feel, who I think is gonna win, but then I'm gonna get out of your way because I'm just very curious to know how you feel. And I think he's gonna have a lot to say. And I'm doing this to once again to elevate. This platform is being used, and my predictions have been just that for the longest time. It's just a platform to elevate. To elevate. Alright.
Time to update the graphic. Rhea to Raw. Gallus L.
Gallus is no longer champ? Huh. Alright. We'll definitely fix that. By the way, I just realized that I literally just saw that. So matter of fact, let me message him right now. I completely forgot that when I got this new cover, that the graphic designer, my dude, JJ, it's J Knox, sometimes switches, Rhea and Asuka. But who are the tag champs now? Wait, so who the tag champs? The Dawn family? Alright. The family beat Gallus. Wow. Okay, well I'll tell them. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this fixed tonight. I appreciate that. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you all tomorrow for A&B Combos. See you on Wednesday for Dynamite. See you on Thursday with me and James previewing SummerSlam. See you on Friday for SmackDown. And then see you on Saturday for the review. And then see you on Sunday for Collision. And then see you again for Raw the next day. It's just live streams back to back. It's a busy week, but I love it. I love it. I'm excited for it. So as you follow out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Cameo, donate, PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And that's it, y'all. I'm going to get this cover updated, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.